Welcome to another part of the survival. I can't really see the camera, so if not looking at the camera a lot of the time, it's because I can't see it. So I'm trying my best. So yeah. Um, Now I'm going to talk about 2020. 2020 was honestly, it was a chaotic year because of COVID and everything else, but it was definitely the year that I started to notice how I don't want to be in the same position that I've been in for years and doing the same stuff that I used to do, being out of control and doing all that other stuff. I realized that I didn't want to do that anymore. So the first thing that happened in 2020 was that COVID happened. And when COVID happened, it not only hit me hard or my family hard, it hit the whole entire world hard. And it was just a hard thing to deal with everyone in the world. But this might sound a little wrong, but I think for the most part that the pandemic happened, it honestly was the better it honestly helped me for the better. It didn't hurt me for the worse. It helped me for the better. And I don't know, just being away from people and being in my room and having my thoughts and stuff. I don't know, it just really helped me. And yeah, it was for the better. Um when school was out, honestly, like I said, I wasn't in school ended in March. And I wasn't in the ready to move on, ready to move away from that life yet, but I was slowly getting there. I was. When COVID happened, another big thing happened. Like, I think it was, if I'm correct, it was June. I don't remember the day, but it was between June 20th and maybe June 30th. I don't know when it was, but one of my former classmates had passed away, and it really hit me hard. I don't know why, but it really did. um when we were in school, we weren't the best of friends. We weren't even the closest friends, but when we saw each other, because we had mutual friends, and when we saw each other, we would make jokes with each other and stuff and laugh, but we weren't close friends, or we weren't the best of friends. So honestly, it was a shock that I took it hard when it happened. And how it happened was that it was something that him and his friends were at a river or something, and one of them couldn't swim and they were in the water, and he tried to save them, and he couldn't swim, and he ended up swimming, not swimming, but like um going along with the current, if that's the correct thing to say. I don't know, but um I don't know, it just really hit me hard. It was a sad time. I don't know why. I don't know to this day, but rest in peace to him. And what I was thinking to myself last year is that the fact that he was 15 around the time when he died. He was 15 years old and he lost his life by accident. But yet, I was 17. I was 17 years old and had already went through so many suicidal attempts and so many suicidal thoughts, and it just made me stronger because it made me realize that I'm here for a reason. If someone lost their life by accident and I tried to hurt myself on purpose, but I'm still here, I know I'm here for a reason. I know I am. It's honestly crazy. I hope if people see this, I hope people realize and, they hear what I said. People every day lose their lives by accident or, well, yeah, by accident. And all those people out there that have thought about committing suicide, just realize, like, people are losing their life by accident and you're still here. use you being here for a good reason, for a good cause, for something, because it matters. It matters. It truly matters. And he was not only a hero for trying to save his friends, but he's also a hero for me because, like I just explained, he gave me a better understanding of why am I alive and what is my purpose, and why am I here today. And I will honor him to the day I die, and I will never forget about him. And yeah, rest in peace to Prince. His name was Prince. And yeah, I can't imagine how that feels from his family to go through something like that. Like, I just couldn't even imagine. But I'm gonna get off that subject because it's kind of hurting me inside to talk about it, and I just want to move from it. Another big event was that I was trying to get a job because I was 16 that year, and I got my ID over the summer, and I've been applying to jobs even to this day. Like, I still haven't got a job, and I've been applying since I was 16 years old, and I'm about to be 19, probably 19 when you see this. I got my ID and I kept applying for jobs, and then when I was going in for jobs, for interviews, they would tell me that I made it and they were going to call me for my schedule and times and stuff like that, and never called me back. And a lot of jobs was just unprofessional. There was this one job, I hate to put him on blast, but Popeyes. I just know that one friend, when she sees this, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. But one day I had got hired for Popeyes in December, and when I went, the manager was supposed to be there to train me because that was my first day, and she wasn't there. And when I clocked in, like, everybody was just looking at me and laughing at me, and I didn't know why. Like, I didn't know what to do. Nobody was explaining anything to me. Nobody told me what to do. I texted the manager. I called her. She didn't respond. Nothing like that. So I just clocked out and left because it really was, it really hurt because, like, why are these people laughing at me? And the fact that it was black people, like my own race, that was laughing at me and making jokes, and instead of helping me, you know what to do, they were just sitting there, and it was just super unprofessional. And that was the one job that I ever had. I don't even consider that as a job because I went and quit on my first day. So I still consider myself with not having a job, not having work experience to this day. And yeah, my mom at the time, she was struggling with bills, and I would hear her talk about bills and, how, what she's gonna do and how she needs to save and stuff. And, to parents out there, talking about stuff around your child, you may think that they don't hear, or it doesn't matter to them, or, they're not really concerned. I'm one of those people that were, and I'm pretty sure, some kids out there that is concerned, you know. And just hearing that, I didn't know what else to do. I was trying to get a job. I couldn't get a job. There wasn't anything else. COVID, the pandemic was still out. It was just a lot going on, and I had the idea that I wanted to sell myself for money to help my mom. And it's really sad because I was 16 at the time, and, like, it's just crazy how that thought just came to my head, like, should I do it? And I wanted to, and I was gonna go through with it. And there was a situation to where, I had, before this situation, I never had intercourse with a grown man ever. And basically I was telling my friend that I wanna have sex with a grown man because if I was gonna sell myself, I wanna know what it feels like by a grown man. because like even when I lost my virginity, it still wasn't an actual experience. Um, and so basically, I was on the phone with my friend last night, or that night, and as I was going to the man's house, you know, my friend, what what hurts me the most is that I was on the phone with my friend going to that person's house, and this was like two o'clock in the morning, and I snuck out the house and I went, and my friend didn't tell me my friend didn't tell me to stop. My friend didn't tell me to don't go. My friend didn't tell me anything. My friend was just smiling and just there. My friend was no help. My friend didn't encourage me to do nothing, to go home, to do nothing. And it hurts because like I said, well, I didn't say it, but that friend was one of my best friends, a friend that I consider as a brother to me. And the fact that I did that and they didn't stop me, it hurts. And so I went to the man's house and we did sexual stuff, and it was on the Grinder app. And that app should be taken down because the fact that I was a minor, I was 16 years old, and I met somebody on that app, it's just traumatizing. It is. And I can't imagine the ages for other people around the world. Yeah, I did have intercourse with that man, and it wasn't a good experience. I never have a good experience when it comes to anything sexual. And so after that happened, um, that's when I changed my mind that I didn't want to do I didn't want to sell my stuff, and and I just went on. It was hard. It was extremely hard, and it just really took a toll on me. It really did. Second to last big thing is that I think this was after the sexual thing that happened with the man that I met on that app. Um, in 2020, I started doing daily walks because I was I was tuning into mental health stuff, you know, seeing what I could do every day to make myself feel better. And I started doing daily walks, and I still do them to this day. And I just walk around the block, around my neighborhood, and it's about a 20-minute walk. And as I was walking one day, this man was across the street from me, and it looked like he had like a beer or something in his hand. I think it was definitely a beer. And he was like pointing to me or like trying to get my attention, and I took one of my earphones out and I was looking at him, and right behind him it was two abandoned houses, like they were being worked on, built. Like you couldn't see inside the house, but you can definitely tell it was being built. And he was basically saying how he was my neighbor and he knew me and stuff like that, when I've been living in this house for over 15 years, I think. Yeah, over 15 years, if I'm correct. I don't know. I think it's over 15 years. And um and when he told me that, he went to the house and he was calling me over. And when he went inside the house, when he turned his back, that's when I ran and I called my mom and my dad, because like that was so random. Like that happened to me, and I didn't know this man. He never lived on my street. I was just so confused, and I was going through a lot, and it really was a lot for me. And when my dad confronted him, he was like, the man lied and said something, or he was lying, and my dad knew that he was lying. Like he tried to act like that wasn't what it was and what he did, but that definitely happened. And yeah, after that moment happened, that's when I realized that I needed my own protection because you never know what could have happened. So that's when I bought a taser on Amazon, which is another thing that needs to be talked about for another day. But the fact that I got a whole taser from Amazon, which is a weapon, is crazy to me. Crazy. They didn't ask for any information, nothing. They just let me buy a taser. I just think that's so crazy. But yeah, I bought a taser and I still have it to this day, and I keep it with me at all times because you never know when something can happen. Um, the last thing that happened in 2020 was that I started to get my life together. Not that much, but I made a significant improvement. I started watching mental health videos because of this artist, singer, musician, producer, entrepreneur, Selena Gomez. Some of you may know her, some of you may not, but I've been looking up to her all my life, and she really was going deep into mental health in 2020, and it made me really want to fix myself, really want to heal myself, and really made me understand what mental health was and how I should be taking care of it. And so I was doing my best. It wasn't the best because I was just starting. You start anything new, it's not going to be easy when you're first starting, obviously. So yeah, I started working on my mental health, and um the first thing when it comes to what is it called? When it comes to moving on, because, just like the stuff that I talked about in prior 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, that stuff was still taking a toll on me every single day. It still was on my mind. I was still thinking about it. And so, you know, I feel like the steps of moving on is first accepting that you're not okay and you're going through something. And I feel like that's the first step I was going through from like November of 2020 to maybe April of 2021. And yeah, like I was saying, the steps of moving on, I feel like, are acceptance, um depression. I mean, I don't want to really say depression, but that's what happened to me. But yeah, for me, I would say for me, it was acceptance, depression, and healing. And I think it's another step, but definitely those three were the ones that I went through and I had to go through when moving on from all of that trauma and stuff. It was hard, but yeah, I got over it. So that was my 2020, and I can't wait for you to hear 2021.